Hello and welcome to Lecture 4 of this basic barista course. Today we will discuss the topic dose setting, so let's get started. Dose setting. When it comes to taste, the dose setting is crucial, since it determines how the coffee will ultimately taste. The topic of dose setting will be covered in two parts. In the first section, we will learn how to initially set our grind range and coffee doses. And in the second segment, we'll discover how to analyze the shot's flavor, so that we can adjust the taste balance to our tastes. Grinder's initial setting. Adjust your grinder so that the grinds feel very fine and only slightly coarser than powder when you pinch them. Load your stock double basket with 12 grams of coffee. Once you get a shot that weighs 20 to 25 grams in 30 seconds, tweak the grind. To determine the shot's timing, add 50% to the dwell time, which is the interval between turning on the pump and observing the first drop. This is the finest grind setting for light roasts, extremely acidic coffees, or other coffees with strong flavors. Use a dose of 16 grams and a coarser grind to repeat the process. Your coarsest grind setting, which should be used for really bland tasting coffees, will be the one that produces 20 to 25 grams in 30 seconds as previously. This calibration may not be accurate on all machines, but it's a good place to start. After you feel comfortable performing the tasting and making the dose changes outlined below, don't be afraid to make changes. Is the flavor of your shot balanced? Are the amounts of sweetness, acidity, and roasted flavors balanced? If the shot's balance is good, but the flavors don't appeal to you, you should switch coffees. By adjusting the dose and grind, you can repair the shot if the flavors are good but the balance is off, making it taste too bland, overpowering, sour, or bitter. How to adjust the grind and dose to set things right for most coffees. If the coffee tastes bland, the caramels and sugars are masking the flavors. Increase the dose and coarsen the grind to keep the flow the same. This will decrease the amount of sugars, while maintaining the same acid-bitter balance. If the coffee tastes aggressive, you need more caramel and sugar and fewer flavors. Decrease the dose, and make the grind finer to keep the flow the same. This will result in an increase in the quantity of sugars while maintaining the same acid-bitter balance. If the coffee has too much acidity, such as from lemon, citrus, apple, or wine, reduce the flow rate while maintaining the dose. Create a shot with a ristretto flow. As a result, the acidity will become less bitter. If the coffee is too bitter, with too much bright bitter flavor in lighter roasts, like toast, wood, or lemon peel, or dark bitter flavor in darker roasts, like blackcurrant, clove, tobacco, smoky pine sap, or peat, keep the dose the same and make the grind coarser. Make a faster flowing, more lunging shot. This will increase the acidity relative to the bitterness. Stopping the shot by timing, flow, color, or weight. Although timing your shots is advised for beginners, it is not the ideal technique. Depending on your preferences, choose between the two best practices. As the flow turns extremely pale, translucent, and nearly transparent, you can stop shooting. The extraction is finished at this point, continuing would only be a dilution. You can stop the shot to brew ratio by weigh the shot as it is made until it hits the target brew ratio of coffee weight to shot weight. Choose the brew ratio according on the roaster's advice, or by tasting the degree of extraction, or how strong or delicate the tastes feel. Increase the brew ratio if the coffee is over-extracted, decrease it if it is under-extracted. Since the weight of the coffee and the water are equal, adding more water will lower the brew ratio, and increase extraction, while adding less water will increase the brew ratio and decrease extraction. What you must do is as follows. You must weigh doses to the nearest 0.1 grams, on a scale with a resolution of 0.1 grams. It is simpler to weigh the basket separately, on many scales after removing the portafilter from it. It is helpful to time shots and weigh them, as they are being pulled when you are first starting out. A lungo weighs around 50 grams, and runs for about 20 seconds, a ristretto is about 20 grams, and a standard double is about 35 grams, and lasts for about 27 seconds. Be patient when